Hello everybody, my name is Moises Terrazas, I'm from Mexico, and this is week number 2 in the course of Introduction to Music Production by Berklee College of Music at Coursera.org. So this week I'll be teaching about the tools and techniques of edit in a DAW. And to be more specific, I'll be working on Ableton Live. The version is 9.0.6 I think, and I'm using a MacBook. So even if you are using the same program and the same version, if you are using a PC with Windows or any other OS different from Apple, the commands that I'm giving in this video will be slightly different. So if you have a different DAW or you are working with a PC with another OS, you have to learn all these things by yourself. However, all these tools and techniques are available for most of the DAWs out there. So let's jump to our DAW. Trimming, edging. To trim a region, you need to move your mouse near the beginning or the end of your region until it shows a bracket icon. Then you click and drag horizontally where you need your region to be trimmed. Separating, cutting. In Ableton, we do this by inserting a mark by clicking where you want your cut. Then you have two options here. One is to make a right click and select the option split in the menu, or using the command, in this case Command E. The grid. Ableton Live have this really good kind of intelligent grid that is called adaptive grid, and what it does is that it gradually changes the grid depending on your zoom. So if you zoom in, the grid will kind of adapts to your zooming. Make a right click on your grid and you can see different options right here. You can select a specific grid distance like 4 bars, 2 bars, 1 bar, half a bar, quarter of a bar, and so on. Or you can just simply turn it off. You can have the grid turned on, and if you want to move your region smoothly horizontally, just simply drag your region and press the command key. This will allow you to move your region with more freedom. Fades. To create and modify your fades, you go to this menu and select Fades option. This will show you these lines that you can manipulate to make fades that you want or need. You can choose where the fades start, where they end, and how the sound moves through it. Zooming. Let's see how to zoom. So you have your audio track or your region. Above that, as you move your mouse up, you'll see a speaker icon, and if you move your mouse a little bit further up, you'll see an icon with a hand holding a magnifying glass. So you click, then drag down to zoom in, and vice versa. You click and drag up to zoom out. If you click and drag in this same area but you do it left or right, you will scroll. And if you have a selection and you double click in this area, what it does, it will zoom in the current selection. You can also use the keys minus sign and plus sign to zoom out and in respectively. Cycling, looping. In Ableton, we have like this kind of selection by default right at the beginning of the song, and this is the thing that it's going to be repeated, so you can just drag it to the place you want your cycle or loop and hit this button. This is called the loop switch. As you can see, as I move the start and the end of the selection, it moves with the grid, so your grid parameters affect this loop selection. So it is really just something to be aware of. If you want, you can turn the grid off and move the loop selection more freely. Merging, consolidating. To do this, you need to select all the regions you want to consolidate and right-click your selection and select the option Consolidate. Or you can use the respective command. In my case is Command J, and your consolidation is created. Naming and coloring. To rename an audio track or a region, simply make a right-click on the name, then select Rename option, or use the command, in my case Command R, and then you can rename the track for whatever you want. Right here in this menu, you can also select the color you want the region to be represented with. Just right click it and select the color you want to apply. Markers. To place a marker, you simply make a click on your grid where you want your marker to be in and click this button. This is called the set/delete locator. Just click it and a new marker is placed. You can also rename this marker by right clicking it and select the rename option or the respective command. When you click a place where a marker is, the locator button changes from set to del. That means, delete. If you press it, it will delete that marker. This video is longer than 5 minutes, and I know the assignment tells that it has to be 5-minute tops, but they asking for a lot of stuff, and you can really see in the video that we see thing after thing. So well, any feedback on the video will be appreciated. So if you feel like something you really don't like or something that I can improve, please feel free to criticize. I hope you like this video and see you next week. Ciao.